Marvel Studios' Vision, aka Paul Bettany, expresses frustration and how hard it is to work with Marvel Studios because they don't tell you anything. They literally keep you in the dark even when you're actually shooting the project you're attached to. And yeah, this makes sense. I mean, he's not lying. Over the last 6 months, I feel like Paul Bettany has been mentioned more in relation to Marvel Studios than ever before. From the overpromise and the misdirection, to fan outrage, to acceptance, to some of the things he said about his contract and where he's going next. So recently, he sat down with the ACE Universe Presents a Conversation with Paul Bettany, and he talked a little bit about the approach Marvel Studios takes. And he says that it's great, except it's frustrating and a frustrating process because he doesn't really understand what's going on. And it's the people working there, Kevin Feige, Louis D'Esposito, that they know what's going on, but that they have a strict policy where you know only what you need to know and nothing else. There's nothing else that they're going to tell you. And he compares this to his dad, who was an actor, and his mom, who was a singer, where they knew what they were doing. They knew the costumes, they knew the direction, they knew what was happening, they knew pretty much everything going into their gig. For Marvel Studios, for him as Vision, he has no idea. They call him up, they tell him to show up, and then he finds out what's going on. Sometimes they literally, as he described it before, put him in a dark van and drove him for hours to the middle of a desert to record a scene. And then they're like, okay, you're done. And he wasn't even sure what was happening. So, it is the secrecy of Marvel Studios that is frustrating. And he's not the first one to express this. I think he's the one to first just say it's really frustrating in that type of manner. And you can see how it is. As an actor, you probably want to prep for your role. You probably want to be told, hey, when I'm called up, am I doing a big shoot? Am I going to be here for 3 weeks? Or am I going to be here for 3 days and the extra 3 weeks are for something else? They're not telling them anything or everything. They're just being very vague, and that's frustration, and that kind of sets in. And he's been working on this now for, close to 7 or 8 years? And we assume he's still got a long time left here. So it's going to be interesting to see if anything changes or if it just gets more secretive. And I think more secretive is definitely what's going to happen, because look at the lack of leaks we've gotten since they started using, new sound stages and locking productions down even more. It seems like they're actually able to contain stuff now, which is, it's beneficial for everybody because there's less spoilers and less inaccurate reports getting out. Let's put it that way.